Tēnā koutou, nau mai hoki mai ki tōku reo. My name's Raimona.
And I'm Kura. Welcome to another episode of Tōku Reo, the new fun and interactive way to learn to speak te reo Māori based on Professor John Moorfield's popular Te Whanake series.
That's right, koutou mā. Each episode has 3 parts to it. Grammar, vocab, and my favourite part, activities, where you get to have a play around with what you've learned.
Aye, so what did you learn yesterday?
Ooh, what did I learn yesterday? That's right, I learned how to say hi to more than one person. So, Kari, check this out. Tēnā koutou, wahine a tāhua mā.
A little bit of knowledge can be dangerous.
What?
Today we're going to hear these grammar points covered by some native speakers of te reo in te reo.
Wicked. I can't wait for that. But before we get into it, whānau, don't forget you can log on to our website whenever to have a look around, catch up on anything you missed, or for you clever fellas, you'll even find some extra mahi to download onto your iPods.
Yep, as well as links to a forum where you can have a kōrero to others trying to get the hang of te reo Māori too. So you ready to get into this?
Now, always, it's that time again here, hua mā. Grammar.
Katipu, kaora, hei!
Last night you were introduced to mā when you want to talk about more than one person. Can you remember these? Kia ora e hoa mā. Hi friends. Tēnā koutou e hine mā. Hey girls. Tēnā koutou tamariki mā. Hello children. Tēnā koutou e kare mā. Hello friends, usually to close or good friends. So mā would be good to use when you want to greet more than one person at a time instead of saying all the individual names. Let's look at 3 real-life scenarios where you could use mā. Okay, so you turn up to work for a meeting and some people are already seated. You could greet everyone like this. Tēnā koutou e hoa mā. Hello colleagues or friends. If you're a teacher, when you enter the room and see the kids, you could use this. Tēnā koutou tamariki mā. Hello children. And finally, if you're a coach of an all-boys sport team, listen to this for an appropriate way to greet them. Tēnā koutou e tama mā. Hello boys. All right, let's take another look at our friends at the park using mā. Listen carefully, whānau.
Tēnā koutou e kare mā.
Hey, kia ora māhina.
Kia ora e hoa.
Kia ora, bro.
What are you up to?
Just cruising, really. But I think I might join you guys now.
Sweet. Well, should we get back into it, kare mā?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Katipu, kaora, hei!
Remembering from last night, you were also introduced to kei te pēhea koe. How are you? And some different ways to answer this question. Let's take another look at these before we cross back to our hoa at the park. Kei te pēhea koe. How are you? Kei te pai. Good. Kei te hia kai. Hungry. Kua pau te hau. Exhausted. Kei te ngenge. Tired. Let's cross back to our hoa at the park.
Tēnā kōrua.
Tēnā koe e hoa.
Tēnā koe. Kei te pēhea koe e kare.
Kei te pai ahau. Kei te pēhea koe rangi.
Kei te pai e hoa, kei te pai.
Nā so?
Aira.
Katipu, kaora, hei!
Okay, whānau, I reckon it's about that time again when we get our ears used to the sound of te reo. That's right, it's our segment that allows you to hear a conversation spoken fully in te reo Māori by a native speaker of te reo. If you have just joined us and don't know how this works, listen carefully. You'll be shown a video clip of kaumātua having a conversation using the grammar points that we've covered so far, all in te reo Māori. Hang on, don't stress too much. All you have to do is listen out for the grammar we covered yesterday and today. So that's using mā and seeing how people are feeling. That's all. Don't worry about any other words, okay? Just listen out for those grammar points. So that's greetings using mā and answering kei te pēhea koe. Here we go.
He rā anō tēnei me pēnei e whai kloriana i ngā rā pēnei, te ātāhua o ngā rā pēnei ka... Kei aia tunu te tikanga mōku no tēnei rā.
Kia tika tēnā kōrero, tino tika rau atu tō kōrero. Nā rā te ātāhua hoki o tēnei rā, e noho nei ki te whakawhitiwhiti tō tāua reo. Kei te pēhea koe.
Te rungo iwi nā pātai, kei te pēhea koe, ko te tāku haka hoki pērāna, nā te mea i noho au iwi tahi noa ku whanaunga i ngā kura nei, a mea mai ki a mena putana te rā pātai ko haka hoki atu kei te pai.
Ai rā, koe rā te kōrero.
Mena engari mena mea mai ne e pēhea ana koe, ko haka hoki atu e pai ana hau. Tēnā pia he rere kētanga no ngā huatango, ngā rohe nei, ngā reo.
Ngā rere, ngā kupu.
Ai.
Kora hi!
How many did you manage to hear? Okay, so now you'll hear the conversation again. But this time, you'll see the screen flash when one of our grammar points is used. Listen carefully and see how many you actually heard from the first time around.
He rā anō tēnei me pēnei e whai kloriana i ngā rā pēnei, te ātāhua o ngā rā pēnei ka...
He tika hoki.
Kei aia tunu te tikanga mōku no tēnei rā.
Kia tika tēnā kōrero, tino tika rau atu tō kōrero. Nā rā te ātāhua hoki o tēnei rā, e noho nei ki te whakawhitiwhiti tō tāua reo. Kei te pēhea koe.
Te rungo iwi nā pātai, kei te pēhea koe, ko te tāku haka hoki pērāna, nā te mea i noho au iwi tahi noa ku whanaunga i ngā kura nei, a mea mai ki a mena putana te rā pātai ko haka hoki atu kei te pai.
Ai rā, koe rā te kōrero.
Mena engari mena mea mai ne e pēhea ana koe, ko haka hoki atu e pai ana hau. Tēnā pia he rere kētanga no ngā huatango, ngā rohe nei, ngā reo.
Ngā rere, ngā kupu.
Ai. Tēnei kupu e mara. I often heard my elders calling people e mara, and in speeches it was a common term used on all our marae up in Hokianga, e mara. One meaning which I did hear was you are descendants of, or you are... Maramara, of course, was chips off a tree. Whenenga maramara. But I think it was more of a friendly term in a way in which we can put people at ease with e mara. And it's not a very formal term, but a good way of greeting people and saying e mara, tēnā koe. It was more on a common term rather than something more formal. And so it was often used in mihi, and in good conversation you can hear tēnā koe mara.
Katipu, kaora hi! Katipu, kaora hi!
To reinforce what you're learning on Tōku Reo at home, visit our website at www.tokureo.maori.nz. On the homepage, you'll find a link to episodes. Find the episode you'd like to swat up on and click it. Here you'll find a summary of what's in that episode, as well as a list of interactive exercises down the right-hand side. Here's an example. Back at the homepage, you'll also find links to the other Te Whanake resources, more exercises, a forum for Tōku Reo viewers, and a free online Māori dictionary. Have fun, kia ū!
Katipu, kaora hi!
Attention! Yep, I'm here to drill you on your 10 words from yesterday. So I hope you've been practicing. But if you haven't, that's okay. We'll get to have another look at the kupu from yesterday. Pronounce first, then you'll see what it looks like. So here we go. Kotahi. 1. Kotahi. Rua. 2. Rua. Toru. 3. Toru. Wha. 4. Wha. Rima. 5. Rima. Woo! Hiakai means hungry. Hiakai. Bear here. How? Bear here. Ngenge. Tired. Ngenge. Pai. This is used to mean good. Pai. Reo. For this show, we mean language, but can also be used to mean dialect and voice. Reo. That was all of the kupu we covered yesterday. Now you get to see them again, but this time we're going to add some visuals to help you even more. Man, we're so good to you, whānau. Kotahi. 1. Kotahi. Rua. 2. Rua. Toru. 3. Toru. Wha. 4. Wha. Rima. 5. Rima. Woo! Hiakai means hungry. Hiakai. Bear here. How? Bear here. Ngenge. Tired. Ngenge. Pai. This is used to mean good. Pai. Reo. For this show, we mean language, but can also be used to mean dialect and voice. Reo.
Katipu, kaora, hei.
This is my other favourite part, listening to a conversation from a native speaker all in te reo. Just like the first part, don't fret about the amount of Māori being used. All you need to do is listen out for any of our kupuhou from today. And yep, just because I'm a nice guy, we'll play the footage for you twice. And see how many you can pick out, and if you're watching with a mate or a whānau member, see who can get the most. Here's the first one.
Ora kau he mea nui atu o tēnei au koto kiau i aku tamariki. I nā timata kau anau ki te koro maku tamariki kore ke paunga koro. Tako mātāmua ke te mea nui aku kōrero mōna i te take ko ia taku te maiti tuatai. Ko rumu ko rima ana tau i nani, ka tahi, ka rua, ka toru, ka whā ana tau, ko mōheo ki te kōrero. Ko mōheo ki te hakahoki kōrero, ko mōheo ki te hianga, ki te tautohe-tohe. Ngenge pai i te mahi tohu-tohu i ai, taku reo. Ka rima ana tau, ko pākiai a tēnei mea te hiakai. Nā pakaru pai te pēke, te mahi whāngai ai. Kia hatia, kia pēhe atu, kia pēhe atu. E te mai te tupu herena. Ia nena, ko haere ki te kura, ko tā te manoa.
Woo! Round 2. This time, when one of our kupu are used, it'll pop up on the screen with a flash. See how many you actually caught from the first time around.
Ora kau he mea nui atu o tēnei au koto kiau i aku tamariki. Nā timata kau anau ki te koro maku tamaru kore ke paunga koro. Tako mātāmua ke te mea nui aku kōrero mōna i te take ko ia taku te maiti tuatai. Ko rima ana tau i nani, ka tahi, ka rua, ka toru, ka whā ana tau, ko mōheo ki te kōrero, ko mōheo ki te hakahoki kōrero, ko mōheo ki te hianga, ki te tautohe tohe. Ngenge pai i te mahi tohu tohu i ai, taku reo. Ka rima ana tau, ko pākia ia tēnei mea te hiakai. Nā pakaru pai te pēke, te mahi whāngai ai. Kia hatia, kia pēhe atu, e te mai te tupu herena. Ia nena, ko haere ki te kura, ko tā te manoa.
Ka tipu, ka ora, hei!
Man, you guys are so lucky I'm a nice guy. I'm going to let you have one last look at the 10 kupu hou, but you're only going to see the visuals and hear the pronunciation. I want you to try and guess the word before I say it though. Are you ready? Let's get into it. Kotahi. 1. Rua. 2. Toru. 3. Whā. 4. Lima. 5. Hiakai means hungry. Bear here. How? Ngenge. Tired. Ai. This is used to mean good. Reo. For this show, we mean language, but can also be used to mean dialect and voice.
Our word for this week is tiemiemi, seesaw. It's a traditional word for seesaw, something found in playgrounds throughout New Zealand. And we wanted to resurrect tiemiemi as the word for seesaw.
Ka tipu, ka ora, hei! Ka tipu, ka ora, hei!
To access the podcast, go to www.tokureo.maori.nz and click on episodes. Choose your episode and move the mouse to the right-hand side of the screen where you'll find a link called Podcasts. Click this link to download Tōku Reo Podcast to your iPod, MP3 player, etc. With video, audio and exercises, you can brush up on your te reo Māori skills anywhere, anytime, 24/7. Kia kaha.
Ka tipu, ka ora, hei!
Kia ora koutou, welcome back. I bet you can't wait to get into this part, ne kare?
Aye. But first, for all you people who have just jumped on the Learning Te Reo Waka, we have a website you can access to find other useful resources to help you on your journey.
That's right, there's something on there for everyone of all shapes, sizes and ages. We don't discriminate.
So jump on and have a tutu when you get the chance. Now, you might have to log on just to find out what tutu means anyway. But up next, e hoa mā, are our exercises.
First, out of the blocks is an exercise to practice mā. An image of a group of people will appear on the screen and you'll choose the sentence that best describes that picture. Don't worry, you'll have a 50-50 chance because I'll say a couple of possible answers and you just have to choose one. Take a look at this example. E hoa mā, e kui mā.
E hoa mā.
Sweet, let's get into the mahi then.
E tāne mā. Tamariki mā. Tamariki mā. E kui mā. E kui. E kui. E hine. E hine mā. E hine. E koro mā. E koro. E koro. E tama. E tama mā. E tama.
Wow, there were some tricky ones in there.
There were, but I'm sure all of you at home did great.
Yeah, but I reckon there were a few that we managed to trick. On to the next exercise, which practices kei te pēhea koe. I'll ask the question, kei te pēhea koe, and your job is to choose the correct response from a list of 3 possible answers relating to the image. Confused? Here, look at this example.
Kei te pai ahau, kei te ngenge ahau, kua pau te hau. Kei te pai ahau.
The correct response is kei te pai ahau. Your turn to have a shot.
Kei te hia kai, kei te ngenge ahau, kua pau te hau. Kei te ngenge ahau. Kei te pai ahau, kua pau te hau, kei te hia inu. Kua pau te hau. Kei te ngenge ahau, kei te pai, kei te hia kai. Kei te hia kai. Kei te pai, kei te hia inu, kei te ngenge ahau. Kei te hia inu.
Tēnā koutou. Again, we're going to look at vocabulary and how to learn it. One way is to write any new word you come across into a little notebook, which will become your dictionary. Add the meaning to that, and it helps if you add other information as well. Drawing a picture of the word and its meaning will help you remember it. Also, putting the word into a sentence so that you know how to use it, that helps as well. Any extra information you can add about the word, that will help you remember it. It's worth remembering too that if you have some emotional response to a word, you're more likely to remember it. Perhaps that's why we learn swear words so quickly.
Kotipu, Kura, hee!
All done for the day, Huama. So here's our website address one more time: www.tokureo.maori.nz.
Aye, and don't forget, if you're stuck with anything, need extra practice with some grammar, or just want to know what that new word that came up in the show was, don't ask me. Jump on our website.
Kia ora, Raimona. What else can you look forward to? Well, tomorrow we have a recap of all the fun stuff we covered this week.
So there you have it, whānau. Another episode of Tōku Reo gone. We have momentum.
Mean.
Kia mau.
Kia u.
Ki tōku reo.
He reo ranga tira, he ara hee!